Welcome. I'm interviewing Bill Scalzitti today. He is a creator on The Great Discovery. He has two amazing courses on the platform, and I wanted to interview him today to learn a little bit more about them. Bill, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, Bill, you are the coach for romance. You help people find more romance in their lives. It says loneliness sucks behind you. It totally does. Give me a little bit of background before we hop into the courses that you have on The Great Discovery. Give me a little background about Bill and your business.
Well, I got into my business as a result of my getting married at a very young age and the marriage failing after 7 years. And when the marriage failed, I said to myself, how does something that starts out so joyously crash and burn in a rubble of heartbreak and disaster? And I was living in New York City and I had access to lots of single people. And I just started as a hobby, asking questions like, tell me about your dating life. What was it like? How do you meet people? All this stuff about dating. And the more people I spoke to, the more I began to compile all this information. I was running group classes and stuff. And what became apparent was that I realized single people know nothing about relationships. Everything that's stuffed in our heads has been put there by friends, family, relatives, television, movies. And we don't even know if it's real or not, but that's the way we react to the dating world. And we become teenagers and we start dating. And we go from one to another to another to another till we find somebody that's not as bad as everybody else. And that's the person we marry. And one of every two marriages fails. And second and third marriages have a higher rate. And that's why I really worked for years to put my program together, which is all about empowering single people to think for themselves. Instead, that's why we call it romance by choice, because most relationships happen by chance. And the program is all about empowering the people who take it to love and respect themselves, to know who they are, and to know how they choose to live the rest of their lives and who do they choose to live it with. And those are questions that most people cannot answer. But by the time we get through the program, they know who they are and we've built the type of person they'd like to meet. And then we talk about how to date, because people don't really know how to date to find out if the people they're with are going to be someone that has the qualities they're looking for. And I teach them how to use online dating. So when they meet people online, they don't waste a lot of time to find out later that these people aren't any good for them. And a big thing we do is we talk about the differences between men and women. Because, you can't communicate with someone, you're going to have problems. And that's why so many relationships blow up, because we just don't know how to communicate with each other. So these are some of the things that we do in the program and how it came to be.
Amazing. And I'm going to show some of the modules. I mean, this is an incredible, incredible course. It doesn't only include coaching and content, but also 6 studio albums that you licensed, recorded, found people to record the music with. I mean, it's honestly like unlike any other course I've ever heard in my entire life. It's incredible. So tell me a little bit more about that. And then I got another question for you I haven't asked you before. So tell us a little bit about that. I'm going to show your courses and how people can actually download them and buy them. But go ahead and tell us about it.
Well, as I said, we work on the person first. So the first part of the course is about the person taking it. So we're preparing them to get in touch with who they are, to meet themselves. And then we create the outline. And the outline is about the person that they would like to meet. And it's an in-depth look at many different qualities, traits, personalities, habits, hobbies, interests, all kinds of things that you could think of that I want my clients to actually give some thought to and choose whether or not these are something they will or will not accept in a person they're dating. And it's totally personalized to each person. There is no right or wrong. It's whatever's going to make them happy. And again, a lot of times we find that people are trying to make other people happy instead of themselves. A lot of times they'll say, well, my mother would not approve if I brought somebody like that home. I said, well, it's not your mother having the relationship. It's you having the relationship. You've got to be happy with your choice. So that's the outline. Then we move to the outlook. The outlook is the total attitude that you bring to your life every day that's going to set the pace for your success. You know, if you talk to single people, many of them will say there's no good people out there to date. Everybody out there is a jerk. Well, I tell my clients, if you keep saying that, then that's what you're going to manifest. We've all heard of the science of deliberate creation. We can create what happens in our lives. And if we talk about negative things, we're going to create negative things. If we focus on positive things, we're going to create positive results. So we use tools like feng shui, conscious language, science of deliberate creation, positive mental attitude, and other tools that help program the mind so you can stay in the proper frame of mind till you succeed. And then we have musical albums that accompany the book. And there's a musical album to help you prepare for love. And it's all designed to pump you up. So I want my clients to listen to the words to these songs and listen to them regularly, over and over again, so that they put their mind in the right place to attract into their life the type of life they would like to have. And there's an album for the attitude for love. And it's all about, again, keeping you pumped up. And like the last song in that album is Don't Rain on My Parade. And that's what it is. You don't let anybody discourage you from finding and having the love that you desire. And when we've got the ideal person lined up, we've got your attitude lined up, then we're going to move on to the next section, which is the section about the differences between men and women, communication. It's all about learning how to talk to the opposite sex because we don't understand each other. So many times arguments will happen for no reason. Just because she said something, he thought she said that, he reacted, she reacted. Next thing you know, they don't even know why they're fighting, but they're yelling at each other. So we spend a lot of time working on the differences so that you can understand the opposite sex. And then we have 4 additional albums, 2 for a man to give a woman and 2 for a woman to give a man. And these are at different times during the relationship that you have. And these songs are very powerful. Most people say, I never realized love could feel that way. So that's why we have the albums. And then the last part of the program is all about the 4 pillars of a successful relationship, which is truth, trust, communication, and romance. Without those 4 things, you really don't have a solid relationship. And then, of course, we get into techniques like how to date, how to use online dating, things of this type, so that you're able to get success from these tools instead of a lot of times the misery that they create for other people. So that's kind of an overview of the program.
Incredible program. Can be purchased for $79.99. Incredible, honestly, incredible value there. You do also have a free course on the platform too that I just wanted to highlight briefly.
Yes, those are relationship tips. There's a few relationship tips in there just to kind of help you get a feel for some of the things you may not think about when you're dating.
So we'll put both of the links below to both of those right below this video. Bill, I wanted to ask you one more question if you got time.
Sure, go ahead.
You were divorced. You're now happily married. You've been married for what, 20?
Oh, we're together 24 years.
24 years. Incredible. What has that meant to you over the years? And I mean, you're so passionate about love and helping other people find love, but you and Gina, your wife, right, collaborated on this project to get together and you have an amazing relationship. I assume lots of romance. So what does that mean to you? And give people a sense of how that's really transformed your life, and think about maybe not having it, right? What would things maybe have been like without it?
Well, I spent many years single and dating. and getting to know people and doing research. And when I met Gina, she was everything that I had ever hoped for in a partner. And once I found that out, that was it. And our courtship was a beautiful, just romantic, it's going to be a romantic movie, a romantic novel. And it's still that way. I mean, it's just when you know what you're looking for and you find it, it's so wonderful. And that's what life is really about. And then, of course, we do make time to share that life together. Too often couples get caught up in the day-to-day life and they forget about romance. You have to go out to dinner, just have some time together, go away, do things. Think of the other person. Sometimes it's so nice to do little things for the person you really like.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you also have an incredible YouTube channel. You post a lot of tips, and every single day you're putting out a new tip on building romance or finding the right partner or nurturing the relationship that you have. So we'll put that below this video as well. But Bill, thank you so much for your time today. And
You're
we'll have to have
welcome.
you back
Thank
on
you.
again soon. Yeah, of course.
Very
All
good.
right.
Thanks, Alex.
See
Bye-bye.
everybody later. Bye.